if they make those amount of dollars an hour, that they cannot afford a $500,000 house or these expensive apartments. And we live in a society that wants to define you by your income. And so basically they will take the large percentage of people with smaller salaries and feel like they are expendable because they know that they cannot afford these houses and these apartments. So what they do is treat them like crap and try to make them feel like crap because they don't have the larger salaries of the smaller number of people that can afford these houses and can afford these apartments. So in this system that is set up here, you have, this is what I have, y'all. I got to run through it really quickly, okay? I have the ruling government powers. Then under them I have organizers of development establishers. And then I have monies, rules, regulations over here. And then I have development establishers, builders, you have your sellers, you have your buyers. And then you have the government over here. Down here I have buyers must make a sufficient amount of income to make the purchase of a house or an apartment. Okay? Now, we've got a smaller number of people that make larger salaries. Okay? Then we've got a larger number of people that make smaller salaries. Okay? This smaller number of people are considered expendable. Because this, how can I put it? This organization here is dependent upon the smaller number of people that make the larger amount of salaries to support these overly priced expensive houses and overly priced expensive apartments, and this little small group that cannot afford it, well, just throw them outside. Let them die. Treat them like dogs. Tell them they're low class. Just because the people that set the theme and tone for this world and make the rules and regulations will not take action to make these employers pay people higher salaries. This is who is responsible for the housing crisis. This is who is responsible for the low pay rates on the job. If you are in charge, then why don't you take authority and do what the taxpayer dollars pay you to do? And make these people build affordable housing that everybody can live in. Whoever wants to buy the larger houses, let them buy. But these people do not deserve to live outside like dogs, stand beside the highway begging for food and money, and then the only thing people do, you turn on the TV and they're waving the American flag in your face, talking about justice and liberty and justice for all. I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie because if there was any justice in this world, if there was any freedom in this world, these people here would have a voice and they wouldn't be sleeping outside like dogs trying to find somewhere to even use the bathroom and defecate. Am I talking about it? Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Moving right along. See, the thing about it is this whole system is complex because everybody right here gets a cut except the buyer. This system is dependent upon the buyer with the larger salaries to put money in their pocket. So it's very complex. And that's the reason why when these people speak out and try to stand up for their rights, this is what they're going up against. Because if this group of people are not up here, then the people that set the theme and the tone for this world rule over this group of people. These group of people need to have their voices heard up here. They don't need to be down here. This is who this organization here, minus the buyers, are dependent upon to support them financially by buying these expensive houses that can't nobody afford but this small group and rent these expensive apartments. And I'm telling you, that is not right. It's basically subliminal supremacy because these people here are wanted dead. Can I talk about it? Anybody that has the power to make a change to get these folks off the street or out of shelters or out of their relatives' homes, out of roommate situations so that they can live independently, like and make the amount of money to live independently. Anybody that is preventing them from living a comfortable life, which is supposed to be considered the American dream, and a group of people have a the power to take action to help these people and they don't, first I'm hearing, why are you up there then? If you can't do nothing, then you need to step down so that somebody out of this group can get up there and make a change. If you don't know how to do your job, you need to quit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All of this operates under a complex system. The 50 states are a unit that operates under a complex authority that is interconnected, arranged, like-minded, and in agreement as it pertains to the same policies, orders, and procedures that has formulated and formed itself as a device, which is an object of utilization that can be defined as weaponry targeted and armed against a body of people confined under the judicial restraints of a dominating larger multitude of people or bodies that operate under the direct control and orders and authoritative commands and demands of a demonically orchestrated ruling force transpiring in this world, which is without a argumentative point, question, and or concern, Lucifer, Satan, the devil himself. If you want to know who is running the country, if you want to know who is running the world, if you want to know why a large number of people don't have decent homes, a large number of people don't even make enough money on their job to survive. They work at 2 or 3 jobs and still can't make ends meet. If you want to know the mastermind behind all of this, it is Satan, the devil. Satan, the devil incarnate. The resting, ruling, demonic power who rest, rule, and abide in this world. Thus, his projective style is made out of an animated proportion to distort, corrupt, and disdain the existence and thriving of the citizens of this planet. The objective is diabolical woes, heartache, and destructive procedures that paralyze the longevity of life, thus casting a shadow of death upon a world whose only hope of this world is the light of hope, the light of the world, who is God, man made manifest, your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's why I say Jesus is the only hope for this world. Because what you're standing up against, it is not one individual. It is not 2 individuals. But there's a whole system around not only America, but around this entire world, and it is locked. It is locked, and it is demonic. And that is the reason why we've got people living outside, being paid small amounts of money. Nobody has a heart for anybody anymore, it seems like. Now, there are some good guys out there. There are probably some good guys up here at the top. But they're outnumbered by the folk who only care about the dollar bill. And what is the dollar bill? The dollar bill is the manifestation that is presented before you in the 3D that is representative of a system that is set up behind that. That is a bigger thing than the money. Okay, I didn't word it the way I wanted to. This is what I'm trying to say. Money is a system. Money is a system. The paper money is a tangible thing set before you, but it's basically a trade system. That's all it is. You give me $1, I'll give you a candy bar. It's a system. If it had any value, why get rid of it and go to the card? If it had any value, why get rid of the card and go to the chip? You understand what I'm saying? It's a system. This whole entire world is set up on a demonic system. The Bible calls it filthy lucre. Okay, that's how the term, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, Lord, forgive me. But I'm going through my notes here. I can't go through everything like I want to. It'll make the conference too long, but I may come back at a later date and go all the way through it again. But I basically talked about the agenda is mass genocide, deliberate genocide. And the reason why I say deliberate, because deliberate means intentional.